Good morning. It's Wednesday, August 5th, about 8:30 in the morning. Nice cloud cover, off to a cool start. I think today's high is going to be like 109. The past couple of days it's been 114, 117, 116. So we haven't been making any videos as there's not a lot going on out here. A couple little updates. Went ahead and cleared this off. Got the brick in the back, and we're going to be putting in some tree rings. We're going to start with the lime tree here. There's a little at a time, and I'm not sure if this made it into the last video. This is a Arizona sweet orange. Looking forward to that. So we got that guy in last week. We ran some irrigation, just some really simple drip lines. And this one has a 6 gallon per hour regulator on it. The lime tree has a 6 gallon per hour regulator on it. And then the two Texas sage have a 2 gallon per hour regulator on them. And so essentially how this whole thing works, and a 2 gallon per hour emitters, I don't know if you can see them, are right down in there. So they're color coded. Kind of makes it easy when you're at the store trying to piece everything together. But essentially we have one garden hose. There's a split up here, so let me kind of start from the top. There's a Y adapter there. Just splits off to one garden hose that we can use just for regular garden hose use, filling up water bowls and all that good stuff. And then this one, I'm probably going to swap them out because I think this is a 100 foot and this is a 50 foot. This one just simply runs over here. I disconnect it when I need to cut the grass so it doesn't get chopped up. But you simply get this little adapter here, and that's honestly it. Everything else is just tubing. You can see under there, there's just a little the T connector, I guess you would call it. And that's it. It's T connectors at every place where we run a line off for 6 inches to a foot to water the plant, and then it ends with the emitter. The line keeps going over here, and then same thing over here. Just T adapter. You're pretty much just cut this line in half, put your T there, run a little wire off to the emitter. Everything's above the ground right now, while we're just trying to get everything in where it fits. Chickens are out doing their morning chicken stuff. Let's go check for an egg. It's a little early. Ours usually lay, well, there's one in there. She ran off and nothing else. So those are the fake eggs. Talked about those in a previous episode. Island red gang over here. What's going on, crew? Not much going on over here. Somebody in there is being a little noisy. Good morning. I think they fight over who gets boxed first. They'll be over here squawking at each other all morning. There's 3 egg laying boxes in there, but rarely do you ever see more than one bird in there at a time. Only one time have I seen 2 in there at the same time, but they figure it out. The compost pile's getting bigger. I had it nice and pretty earlier, and of course they dig everything up, but that's how it works. So I'll scoot all that stuff back in there later. It's windy today, so a lot of the dry stuff kind of likes to fly off from time to time. Reaper drone. Been a busy morning out there on the road. Lots of construction trucks going up and down the road today. And every project has to have a problem, right? So here's our first little problem. All the poles we got are pretty solid, all these posts, with the exception of this one. And I'm kicking myself now because before I put it in the ground, it did have a little noticeable crack along where it obviously broke. And now that it's concreted into the ground, that's going to be quite the task to get it out.
Good, great, grand, wonderful.
Next is pretty much just wrapping it with the fence. So this is a little bit of a thing I got to deal with. We're going to figure it out. Probably going to put this other post just in front of it here up next to it and try and clamp it, fix it somehow, some way. The woven wire fence that's going to go around it isn't going to be put under crazy tension. It'll be snug, but otherwise we'll get to that soon. So like I said before, not a whole lot going on. Early August, it's still hot. The hottest couple of days we've had so far, and I put pellet fertilizer down, granular fertilizer down this morning. So fertilizing the yard around here can be a little tricky because we don't have sprinklers and it doesn't rain. So when I first spread the pellet fertilizer, we irrigate through that drain over there, and it's thousands and thousands of gallons of water that come through there when we order it. It's called flood irrigation, and we'll get a video of that in the future. But what I noticed is all my pellet fertilizer that was out in the middle floated to the top and then went to all the edges of the yard. So the borders of the yard are beautiful, green, about a 6-inch row of green grass all the way around the edge because that's where all the fertilizer spread to. And watering this ground with a garden hose is nearly impossible. You'd have to spray the same spot for, 5 minutes straight. I'm not joking, because if you take a shovel where you spray water and dig it up, the water only gets down about 1/4 of an inch. So you're here for a long, long time getting water down into the ground where it actually touches the roots. So the only time I really got a chance to put down fertilizer is if it rains. 2026, it hasn't rained here yet. A couple miles north gets rain, a couple miles right to the east of us gets rain, but just right here on this property, in this pocket of the county, we haven't had rainfall at all this year yet. I know that sounds crazy, but it is what it is. That's about as close to what rain clouds out here look like. It looked like it was pouring really heavily over there about 30 minutes ago, hoping it would make its way this way, because when the water comes down from the top, that fertilizer slowly, those granules slowly make their way down into the soil. But when we flood irrigate, everything floats so quickly. The water comes across the yard so quickly, puts the whole yard under about 4 inches of water. So all of that fertilizer just floats. So if anybody has any other ideas, let me know. This is a lot to spray. That was another option. Leave it down in the comments. What's the best way to fertilize a yard that gets flood irrigation? All right, it's about 1:30 in the afternoon. We'll come on out here and run these irrigation lines and go ahead and show you how all that works now. And this whole thing right here is our well. We live on a well, we don't live on city water. So other than this being a bit of a thing out in the middle of the yard, we're gonna get a shed to cover it, to protect it from weather and animals and frisbees and all that other stuff that gets thrown around back here. We're gonna get a shed that's a little bit bigger than the footprint, just so when we open the shed door, there will be room inside for storage and to get in to mess with water and whatnot. But, and the sun just came out. So to work all this here, we just pretty much come on out here, turn on the main. And this one's for the hose, so we could just keep that one shut off. This one's already kind of just preset to where it's ready to go. So you turn on the main, and essentially it does, I mean, two things really. You turn on the main, I go inside, set an alarm for an hour. And once again, in 1 hour, the two bushes over here have a 2-gallon emitter, and then the two trees have 6-gallon emitters. So within that 1 hour time frame, they'll get 6 gallons, they'll get 2 gallons. And of course, anytime anybody comes out here and turns on the main when they're using the hose, then the drip emitters will turn on as well. So they're always kind of just getting water throughout the day. I'm out here multiple times during the day checking on the chickens, making sure their waters are good. They get fresh water every morning at about 5:36, and then we refill, clean out the waters and refill them all at about 6:37 every evening. So we come over here, and we're going to be redoing the mulch inside of here as well. Now that the weeds have came up through a lot quicker than I thought. But you can see that one down there working. We can make our way down over here. That one's a little harder to see, but I can see it working back there. And then once again right here, the lime tree, the Barris lime, and the Arizona sweet orange. I need to fix that. None of that water is going where it needs to be. So I'll grab a shovel. I'm just gonna grab a little dirt from over here. Grab one more. Probably even scoot this back a little bit. Let's look a little better. Yeah, usually that little area, it'll fill up with water pretty well, get pretty well saturated. So once again, you leave it for an hour because, and unlike other places in the country where you can go out with a 5-gallon bucket of water every morning and every evening, and that water goes straight down into the ground, it's not how it works here. You put that much water on the top of the ground, it's just going to run off, which you wouldn't mind in the future, but the root ball is so small right now that all that water runs off everywhere else. It's not going to get down there. So if you slowly irrigate it, give the water time to get down into the ground. But unless you have a drip system, that's where you're going to find yourself standing out here for an hour. So it doesn't take the task away from getting out here and watering. Now, of course, if I go up there by the faucet and I put a battery operated or a little solar operated timer on it, with some sort of solenoid valve, it'll water itself on a timer. But then I'm letting myself get a little too lazy. I like being out here. So, and with the hard water, be ready to clean these little tips out just about every 30 days. That calcium lime will build up so fast, especially if you're out in the west here. The hard water is really bad. These waters, you go around, that water, it's cold to the touch. It's 105 out right now, but these waters, as long as you keep the water in the shade all day long, it'll stay cold. It'll stay cold to the touch. Even the water in there, inside of that tin, with that galvanized water, you keep it in the shade, it'll stay cold. It's cold to the touch. touch that water, it's hot. And you wouldn't think that it would stay cold that long, but as long as you keep in the shade. Okay, we're back. Phone decided to die because the sun came out. It was overcast all morning, and then right when I came out to make that first video, the sun came out, and it's away now. It should be good. So it's probably been about 20-30 minutes, and this is what we're looking for. So we kind of fixed that little runoff, you know, and I don't mind a little runoff on the side, that's fine, because you want to promote that root growth, you know, beyond just that little root ball. But at the same time, citrus tree, you don't want that root ball to dry out either. Keep adjusting this from time to time. And keeping that little puddle, you know, the little donut puddle saturated, and allowing that water to really soak down onto that, into that root ball is what's really important, especially just right now for us where we're at. It's just unbelievably hot. But the people at the nursery said this is the time of the year to plant them. This is the growing season for them. This is the weather they like. You just have to water them. You have to do it. So every now and then you just come out with a shovel, fix that little basin, make sure that it pools up like that. And this one over here is kind of whatever right now, and that's fine. We're finishing up the tree ring, and that guy, he'll be back to good soon. So anyways, just wanted to pick back up where I left off because the phone died because of the heat. But otherwise, these guys are out. What's going on? We got 4 eggs in the house. Every time I come out here and grab one, I don't have my phone on me, as always. Let's give it one more check. Yeah, nope. Once again, those are just the fake eggs. So I think 4 is the highest number of eggs in a single day we've had so far yet. It might be 5 actually. I think we're at 5. But we're doing good. Like I said before, I set a timer inside, to let me know when to come out here and turn the irrigation off. Once again, just another hot day, but lots of cloud cover, so it helps. Gonna get to work on that post tomorrow. Get that off my list so we can get the fence up. October will be here before we know it, and we'll have some new guests on the homestead. Come back out a little bit later when the chickens are a little more active, around 7 o'clock tonight, when we do the evening watering and throw out some scratch for them. And I think after that, we'll call it good. It's midday. Let's do an egg check. Yeah, let's check and see what you did. There we go. Let's see what we got. See, these are from the barred rock. They're pretty brown. That's probably a barred rock. And then this one down here, that cream colored egg in between my fingers there, that's I think this is a Wyandotte egg. And then the 2 fake eggs down there. I've been trying to catch the birds in the act lately, just to try and see if which birds laid what color eggs. And so far, the bottom 3, I do know those are barred rock, eggs, and the one on the top is a lavender Wyandotte. So when I caught the Wyandottes laying eggs, I was able to confirm that they definitely have that light cream colored egg. And I'm going to assume that the Rhode Island Reds, from what I've read online, once they begin to lay eggs, they're going to actually be quite a bit darker, a little bit more red. So we'll see what happens. And that'll make my job a little easier in the future, because we want to take the Rhode Island Red rooster and breed him to all three groups: Rhode Island Reds, the Wyandottes, and the Barred Rocks. And so in the spring of next year, when we go out to pull the eggs to incubate, it'll be a little easier for us to determine which bird we're pulling from. All right, so we're back out here in the evening time, watering the plants, and watering the chickens, giving the chickens some scratch. Let's see what we got tonight. Everybody's getting along pretty well. How old are they now? Do you know?
14 weeks and 24 weeks.
Rhode Island Reds are getting a little bit bigger. The aggression that you just saw there, that's just pretty typical. It's getting less and less all the time, because as they get bigger, they don't get messed with as much.
Come here, baby.
But there's always enough scratch out there for everybody. The big ones get full and move on, and then the little ones move in and get their share. So, but that's the pecking order. That's how it works. Take an opportunity to show you Phoenix while we're able to pick him up. There he is. He's getting big.
You're about to bring there.
It's cooling down. The chickens have settled down. They finished their scratch out back. Let's go check for eggs one more time. See what they got. We're at 4 eggs today, and we've been hoping for that 5th. I think we've had one day with 5 eggs, haven't we? And there's a 5th egg. Very cool. Very cool. So I think we're going to end today on that note. We'll be back tomorrow to fix the post. Happy chickens. Happy chickens. All right, sun's going down. It's a great night out. It's hot, but it's nice. So once again, kind of got that whole pull situation kind of going. Tree ring's looking good. It's coming together. It's gonna look nice. And we're gonna tell these birds good night. We got some babies in the coop over here.
Good night, babies.
The 3 Rhode Island Reds, we have them sleep in the coop by themselves, and they have been since they've been out here as much smaller pullets, just because the bigger birds didn't treat them very good in the early days. And so I'd say probably another week or 2 before we start letting them all together. We're kind of prolonging it at this point. We just need to let it happen. All right.
Good night, babies.
Good night, everybody. And then all the older birds, all the lavender Wyandottes, and the Plymouth Barred Rocks. Sometimes they'll cram 4 birds on that little 2x4 on the top. And that little wooden pallet configuration is kind of temporary for right now. We put that in there for the Rhode Island Reds and draped some shade over it earlier in the year, but that'll be coming out later. We're going to put up some more permanent perches, roost bars. So we got more plans, more build plans for the chicken run as well. Solar lights turned on. They look really nice from the house once it gets a lot darker. And the wall all the way down that side, all the way around the back. We're still deciding if we want to do every pillar, every other pillar. The ones to my back is on the west side of the wall, so the sun's already down. They're on. These guys are on the east side facing the sun going down, and it'll be a minute before they turn on. That's it. Get the water in the other coop. And that's evening chicken chores. That's it for tonight. We'll pick back up here tomorrow and finish up with the post. Good morning. It's Saturday morning. Trying to beat the heat here. We got this the blocks taken back off, kind of broken down here. Get some tarp on it. Weed barrier. Just trying to beat that beat the morning heat. We'll check back here and there in a minute and check on the progress. Tree ring is done. Looks good. And we got the irrigation line tucked down in there. And the only thing that we're gonna have to cut in the future, everything went together pretty smooth, and we're left with just one little gap at the bottom there, which is kind of perfect because the irrigation line just can run through there temporarily. So that'll wrap it up for today. Sounds like the chickens are laying eggs, but that's going to wrap it up for this episode. We'll see you next time on Our Desert Acre.
Come on. There you go. Up. All right. It's time for you guys to go to bed.